Greetings, respected panelists. I, Lingesh, am here today to discuss about my systematic review, the effect of piezoelectric bioactive substrates on bone regeneration. The contents of my presentation include abstract, introduction, methodology, various piezoelectric materials in various forms, and their relation to bone regeneration, summary of effects of piezoelectric biomaterials on various cell types. Abstract, statement of problem. The absence of sufficient evidence to support coherence between bone regeneration with the use of piezoelectric bioactive materials. Objectives: to assess the available evidences on the effects of piezoelectric bioactive substrate in regeneration of bone. Methods and methodology will be dealt later. Results: the results of various studies have revealed osteogenic potential of piezoelectric biomaterials, which produced observable changes macrostructurally, microstructurally, and genetically. Conclusion: piezoelectric biomaterials have immense potential in regenerative medicine, especially bone regeneration. The success of piezoelectric materials can be attributed to their mode of action by which they act from a macro level to genetic level. The keywords used were piezoelectric, biomaterials, and stimuli. Introduction: piezoelectricity is a form of electricity that is created during the application of pressure to compounds whose molecules are arranged in a lattice, which are usually crystals. Generally, in these lattices, the constituent molecules and atoms are arranged in a symmetrical pattern. But when there is an external pressure, the symmetry is altered, and it results in generation of impulses of low amplitude and short-lived impulses. This is called piezoelectricity. When these low-amplitude jolts occur in living tissues, it's called bioelectricity. Bioelectricity is an inherent property of living systems where endogenous electric fields play a vital role in numerous body functions, such as embryonic development to tissue regeneration. Many cellular processes like chemotaxis, migration, proliferation, and differentiation of cells are influenced by the endogenous electric fields generated by the piezoelectric substances. Methodology: in vivo studies, in vitro studies that have been performed between January 1998 to December 2020 and published in English language are obtained from PubMed database. The obtained studies are evaluated for inclusion or exclusion, and the details of the studies are tabulated and analyzed. The keywords used again are piezoelectric biomaterials and stimuli. Inclusion criteria: in vitro studies, in vivo studies, animal studies pertaining to bone regeneration only, studies explaining the mechanism of action of different piezoelectric biomaterials, studies pertaining to the use of materials that have the ability to generate bioelectricity. Exclusion criteria: clinical scenarios, studies on piezoelectric surgeries, studies pertaining to regeneration of any other structures other than bone. Potentially relevant citations are identified through literature search were 471. All 471 were subjected for title eligibility, out of which 273 were eliminated. From that, 198 were assessed for abstract eligibility and 104 were eliminated, and 98 were subjected for full text eligibility, and from that 78 were eliminated, and finally we arrived at 16 studies for our qualitative analysis. Various piezoelectric materials in various forms and their relation to bone regeneration. Biomaterials with piezoelectric properties have a versatile role in bone tissue regeneration, the success of which can be seen macroscopically and microscopically. For example, the study done by Ribeiro et al. Used PVDF in bone defects of Wistar rats and was able to achieve more defect closure. And J.S. Fernandez et al. Was able to prove the same in their in vivo study by showing increased callus formation around piezoelectric implants. Microscopically, these biomaterials were able to increase the local cell population in several ways. For example, Zhao et al. Was able to prove increased proliferation of osteoblasts by using PVDF film coated on titanium plates, and Ribeiro et al. Showed increased proliferation of osteoblasts with the help of dynamically loaded PVDF. In studies conducted by Shou et al., osteoblastic differentiation of stem cells were seen. This provides evidence for the osteoinductive properties of piezoelectric biomaterials and their success. Not only macroscopically and microscopically, but piezoelectric materials have shown their ability to alter the levels of biochemicals locally to favor bone formation in studies conducted by Damasio et al., Zhou et al., Li et al., Wang et al., and others. All showed an increase in ALP secretion, which is directly related to bone formation. In addition to ALP, the production of other factors like TGF-beta1, BMP7 were also shown to be upregulated by piezoelectric biomaterials. This was proved by Wang et al. Summary of effects of piezoelectric biomaterials on various cell types. Results and interpretations: out of the 16 studies in consideration, 4 authors used PVDF directly, 2 authors used copolymers of PVDF, which is PVDF trifluoroethylene, and 1 author used PVDF TRFE mixed with barium titanate. One author used PVDF in the form of electrospun fibers. One author used PVDF by coating it on titanium plates. In total, 9 authors used PVDF and its related compounds. All the 9 authors have used piezoelectric biomaterials. The next authors have used something known as piezoelectric ceramics, but they are also piezoelectric materials only. 2 authors used PHBV, 2 authors used boron nitride, 1 author used barium titanate, 1 author used hydroxyapatite, and 1 author used polylactic acid. Summary of table. Ribeirol used PVDF in the year 2015 on human adipose stem cells and showed increased ALP activity and osteogenic differentiation under dynamic loading. Ribeirol again used PVDF in the year 2017 using Wister rats. He showed more defect closure and more bone remodeling in femurs. Damaji et al. Used PVDF TRFE in the year 2017 on human mesenchymal stem cells and showed piezoelectric scaffolds, promoted chondrogenesis at a low voltage output and osteogenesis at a high voltage. Etharmi et al. Used barium titanate in the year 2018 on Mg63 cells, and he showed increased cell adhesion, proliferation, migration into the barium titanate scaffolds. Lee et al. Used boron nitride in the year 2016 on mesenchymal stem cells from rats and showed better proliferation, ALP and osteocalcin activities on the boron nitride nanotube layers. Lopez et al. Used PVDF TRFE with BT in the year 2013. An in vivo study showed high gene expression of key osteoblast markers around the composite membranes. Fernandez et al. Used PLLA in the form of rods and films. In the year 2016, it was an in vivo analysis and showed increased callus formation around piezoelectric implants. Zhao et al. Used PVDF films coated on titanium sheets via solvent casting and cooled using corona discharge in the year 2016 on bone marrow mesenchymal stem cells and showed increased proliferation of ALP activity and osteogenic gene expression. These are my references. To finish on a lighter note, there's a small joke at the end. Thank you.